This week's video is going to be an editing tutorial for you guys. I'm going to take you inside my edits. So we went to a pier, took some photos, and then after we went to the pier, we went to a marina, and there were a bunch of yachts and sailboats and some buildings in the background, and the buildings with the lights were reflecting in the water. And so I wanted to go get some long exposure reflection shots, and so I brought my friends with me. It was a great time. I hope you guys enjoy this video. It was a really fun one for me to make. I'm loving making these photography and video educational videos. This is definitely more of what I want to make on this channel. So thank you for tuning in. Stick around. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. And if you do like this video at any time, give it a thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Okay, so the first photo that I took was clearly too dark, but I mean, I shot raw, so I could essentially edit it and still have it look pretty good, but it's super noisy, so I don't want to do that. So we're just going to move on to a different photo. Okay, so I'm going to go with this photo, and we are going to look at my presets and see what I like, see what I want to use here. Anarchy looks pretty good to start with. I might do a black and white, but I can always do that later. I'm looking for something with some color, like this. I like the color of this. White balance, I need it to be more natural. I want it to be a little blue. Okay, so we're going to bump up the exposure a little bit. Let's zoom in here and see what's going on in this photo. I've got a couple spots on my lens, it looks like, which is the fucking worst. So I'm going to have to edit those. So grab the little tool, the little spot edit tool, and take those little dots out of this photo. That's super annoying. I hate having to do that. I have a wide angle lens. It's a 14mm and it's got permanent spots like inside of it. So annoying. I hate spots because I have to edit them out. But yeah, if you have like, sometimes shit will get under the lens, sometimes it will get inside the glass. Like, you just don't know what's going on most of the time when it comes to how things happen with cameras. But so yeah, you have to go in and spot edit out all the spots, and I've had to do that I've spent like an hour spot editing before. It just depends on the photo and the lens that you use. Long exposure photography really brings out all of the details of your lens, which means it brings out all of the faults of your lens as well. So if you've got a thumbprint, if you've got a spot, if you've got sand inside the lens, if there's anything wrong with your lens, you're going to see it most definitely when you do long exposure photography. And I wish, I'm looking at this now, I wish I would have done a longer exposure. I wish I had put it on for 30 seconds here, just because I want even more light. Like, I wish it was an even brighter photo. So I should have set it for longer, and the next photo you'll look at, I did set it for longer. But I also really loved the clouds overhead. I thought the clouds really added a nice texture to this photo. If it was a clear night, it would have just been a black sky or just light pollution the whole way. So with this, I really do like the sky a lot. Let's get this back to 0. Normal that up a little bit. I kind of want to make it a little darker at the top. So we're going to do that and make this a little bit more blue. There we go. See what that looks like. Yeah, I like that a lot. I wanted to make it darker. I want the more spots here at the bottom that I got to take care of. There were also, the cool thing about this spot, I'm sorry I didn't really film. I filmed a little bit, and we'll talk about the video I filmed. But there were fish leaping out of the water. They would go 5 to 10 feet in one leap, and it was absolutely insane. They were just doing this the whole time we were there, all night. So I took this photo. The aperture was f14. That's why I have the starbursts. You can see the starbursts on the lights here. If you want to get these starbursts on your lights, you need to be between f11 and f14. And that's how you'll get these starbursts on your lights. And then my ISO was at 100. I'm pretty sure this was a 25-second exposure. I'm sorry I didn't write it down. I should have written down the settings. But anyway, So that's this photo. I think that's pretty much done. Let's look at this in full screen mode and see what it looks like here, just to see if I missed any spots anywhere. Look really close. Make sure you didn't miss any spots or lens issues that you may have had. I think this looks pretty good. I see one spot here. I see another spot here that I gotta take care of. And then there's a spot right here and a spot right here. Okay, so I'm gonna get those right now. Move this over. All right. So yeah, you really gotta make sure you get rid of all of this stuff because it can really take away from your photo. And I also really love how these palm trees are silhouetted over here in the background. That looks really cool. There's one right here. There's another one right here. And there's one right here on the corner of this building. Cool. I think I got them all. Did I miss one? I probably missed one. But I think that looks pretty freaking good. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's look at that one more time. I can actually expand this more. That's what I'm going to do. So now I got to make sure there's no more spots. There's some in the water. There's one right there. So there's that photo. I'll move on to the next one. This one, also this one was with a 35mm lens. I'm actually going to copy the settings and paste them onto the next photo. So this was taken with an 85mm lens. And I really love how this came out. Wow. This is amazing. So, by the way, this is a hospital right here. This is Hoag Hospital. So, Hoag, if you guys see this video and you want this photo, let me know, because look how it looks now. Amazing. It looks amazing. First of all, I'm going to get rid of, look at all the spots. You can see all the spots here. And that's something you really got to pay attention to, man. And like I said, when it comes to lenses, I should have just cleaned them one more time, or you know, made sure they were super extra clean. But long exposure photography will bring out every little bad detail of your lens, which is unfortunate. But that's the way it is. God, there's so many of them. I gotta get so close to the screen to see them even. But I know you'll notice them if this is like ever printed out anywhere. So we want to make sure we get rid of all of those little errors. Alright, so the clouds didn't really show up too much on this. I mean, they did, but they're not as intense as they were on the last photo you guys looked at. Go down to the water, fix any issues down there. There's a couple spots over here. We'll just take care of these really quick. I want to do a video where I edit your photos, so if you guys want to send me in some of your photos, that would be super sick. My email is down in the description. Use the subject line, edit my photos, and I will make a video editing your guys' photos. I would really love to do a video like that. I've seen some of them online. I've seen people edit photos drunk. I've seen people edit photos in all different types of ways. Nobody's ever edited high on YouTube before. Maybe I could do weed since I live in California and it's legal here. I could do editing your photos while high. That might be hilarious, but it would also get super demonetized. Cool, this photo looks freaking sick. So this is, again, f/14. I had this on, and this was at 100 ISO, and this was a 25-second exposure. I love how this photo turned out. It's absolutely amazing. I think Hoag should actually buy it from me, to be completely honest with you. Okay, so if you guys want to see the before and after, there they are. Very different photos, but I really like how this turned out. So one of my friends, while we were there, he asked, so if I want to film right now at this shutter speed, can I film at 20-second shutter speed? No, you can't film at a 20-second shutter speed. Your camera has a default where the lowest it will go, it will automatically go there if you push the record button. So for Sony cameras, it's 1/4 of a second. So that's the slowest you can film something on your camera if you have a Sony camera. It's 1/4 of a second. My ISO was 500 and I think the aperture was probably almost as low as it could go, probably at a 2 or 1.8. So this is what it looks like at 1/4 of a second. It's very choppy. Some people that film horror movies might prefer to film at a lower shutter speed because of things like this, because it makes it more choppy and it can make that ghost-like effect. So if you're filming like a ghost walking through a hallway, it can make it look very choppy. Super cool effect, but that's not what you really want for time-lapse video. Not that we're shooting time-lapse video, because you can either shoot time-lapse video, and here's a time-lapse video that I did that night. Well, there's two ways to shoot a time-lapse. One is video and the other way is photo. Video is great, but it compresses all of that imagery into the video. If you're shooting raw images, you're getting all of that quality and the whole gamut of what your camera has to offer if you're shooting raw images to create a time-lapse. So I'll make a time-lapse video at another time. There's a spot in Los Angeles I really want to go film it at, so I'm probably going to do that and make a video there, but I need to get an intervalometer. So in order to do time-lapse photography, you need something that will override your camera to tell it, take a photo every 3 seconds for the next 4 hours or whatever it is. So I'll do a different video on that, but I just wanted to explain to you guys, one, what it looks like if you shoot at a low shutter speed, and two, what it looks like if you're shooting a video time-lapse, and why we shoot time-lapses with photos over video. There's a whole controversy there. So yeah, that's how we edited this photo. I'm gonna send it back to myself last night to do the outro. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That was a little look inside what it takes to do long exposure photography at night. Thank you for checking this video out. If you liked it, please be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and turn that bell notification thing on just in case you don't have it on yet and you're not getting my videos. That will make sure that you get my videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, keep enduring, go out and go create something. Later, guys.